Hello and welcome back to Savvy Sprocket. Today is another day with some tractor work. As you see in front of you here is the Ford 3000 that I got running at the within the last video. But as you can see, it is kind of close to the shop, but outside and covered in frost. After I got it running in the last video and drove it around a little bit, the starter that was having issues ended up fully quitting out on me. The clutch mechanism inside the starter that throws the starting gear into the flywheel gave its last life. So I ended up parking it here and went ahead and I pulled that old starter out. As you can see, currently there's no starter installed in there. Went back and forth and trying to decide if I was going to go ahead and just purchase a new Bendix gear and get that in the starter, or just grab a whole new starter for it. And given the cost of newer aftermarket starters for these things, I went ahead and just purchased a whole new starter. So to start the day, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that back in, hoping that this thing will fire right up. And then we're gonna actually take it down back and pick up the finish mower to put this thing to work a little bit. As you can see, the fields here have not really been maintained, so hopefully when things warm up a bit, it's about 30 degrees right now, so a little crisp and frosty, but I'm going to try to get that mower on and get a final mow in to do a little bit of fall cleanup before the winter comes. This last bolt's a little tricky because it's tucked right back up basically behind the starter now that it's in place. So I'm going to use a couple socket extensions to try to get that started. The new starter is in place and wired up. It actually went a little smoother than the old one did coming out. That third bolt is tucked right back basically behind the starter when it's in place. So you just need a couple different extensions to get to that bolt. And also on this new starter, the positive lug here, it was a little bit further back. Before it was basically right on the back of the motor itself, and because of that I just had to grab a different wire. Thankfully we had one on the shelf. It's a little bit longer than we need here and slightly lower gauge, but that should be fine for now, and it should be enough out of the way to get us mowing today and get some work done. At this point I'm gonna jump back up in the driver's seat here and turn over the key, and hopefully we can get this thing running, and we'll go grab the mower to hit the field. Well, so the finish mower is tucked back here behind the John Deere. Thankfully we did throw it up on blocks, as these small tires hold air while you're mowing, but they're old enough that they pretty much all deflate. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and hop in the big John Deere here and hope this thing starts right up. Let it warm up for a bit. I'll probably run it around, even hasn't been run too much in a while, and then I'll be able to back the Ford in here and grab the mower out. Oil looks good. I now have the finish mower hooked up to the back of the Ford 3000. This is a Land Pride. It's a 84-inch finish mower. Has always given us a fine cut. I mean, nothing fancy that we need. It's just a feel to maintain the growth. So I'm gonna go ahead and just check all the tires here. Like I mentioned, they don't always hold air for too long. They're a little bit older and some sun damage on them, so I'll throw some air in there. Hit all the grease points with some grease to prepare this thing for some mowing. And by the time that the mower prep is finished, hopefully the sun will have baked off almost all the frozen dew. This grass is still going to be pretty wet, so we're going to be pushing the mower a little bit more than usual, but I need to get it cut before snowfall and have things a little bit more cleaned up. Alrighty, so we are now all aired up and greased up, and it's time to get to mowing. looks like we got a fallen birch in the way of some mowing. So let's go grab a larger than necessary John Deere to get this thing pulled out. Also, the big John Deere made quick work of that tree that had fallen. Needed a little persuasion to initially break loose, then I dragged it down back. I'm gonna just go ahead and clean up the rest of the sticks that fell off that tree, get them out of the way, and then I'll be back to mowing. Thankfully, the 3000 has been running strong since its tune-up, and I've been able to get these first two sections of field mowed. I still have more mowing to get done, and I also plan to throw the yacht rake on the back of the tractor so I can pull some bulk leaves off into the woods. I'm going to go ahead and just stop the video here, however, and focus on getting the cleanup work done. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.